Hello, welcome to the next movie. This is number 13. I told you we'd get right into the shirt fix collar thingy. And let me remember what I'm doing. I made a selection, a path, which now is a selection for the shirt collar, okay? And I'm going to grab the light value, that is the shirt collar, and let's go, and I made a shirt fix layer right there. So I'm going to turn off the collar, because I'll turn on the little shirt reference and turn off the clicky copy, and you can see that I have the shirt collar right here. Now what I usually do is I'm going to deselect and I right hand click and I'll move the shirt reference layer right there, the one that I actually cut. And I like the fact that I had that one cut, so I can just come over here and you can see, or I can see, a really good visual impression of how much I should bring back. So select the shirt number, the shirt fix layer. I called it shirt fix 1. And yes, I'm on the right layer. Let me make a selection of shirt 4. Let me automatically add a little feather to it, which is about 3 pixels. And let me go Command H to hide it. And now let's grab the B key and let's grab this lighter blue. And now we come in here and now, whoops. Silly me, I'm going to show you the selection. I have to inverse the selection, so I'm painting on this side of it. So let me Command Shift I. Now let's hit Command H to hide it. And now if I gently come up here, you can see how I'm actually bringing this back, and I'm actually coming like this, and I am bringing back the collar that I had lost before. Let me grab a little bit deeper blue and come in here like this. Let's grab a little bit deeper blue here. Let's now bring this back like this. There, that's good. Let's now kind of kill what I've done here. And now let's just paint a little bit. And now, excuse me, and I like what I've done. However, I'm going to continue to add to that layer. So if I turn on the shirt reference layer, I'm going to grab this blue and I'm going to start painting along the edge, and I'm going to start interrupting things, meaning I'm going to put more values in things. And you can see what I'm doing here is I'm looking at the reference to the right and I'm increasing my painterly effect. So let's go down on the size. Let's now get underneath the chin. I have a little white line that I have to fix on the chin. You can see it right there. I will definitely fix that light line that's in there. I'll find out what layer that's on and we will fix it. Let me turn off the whole entire shirt layer and let's see. Okay, the face is a fill above that. So what I want to do is to put the shirt, I want to see what's happening there, and I want to put the shirt above it, and it didn't affect it. So actually, I like what just happened, and I'm going to tell you what just happened. The little line that's right there is because I didn't have the face fill go underneath or the shirt fill go underneath the face. So if I turn off the face fill layer, you can see right there that I need to go back in and just resolve that. Now it would be as simple as putting a fix layer above the face, making a selection of the face. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to put a fix layer right there. I'm going to make a selection of the face. I'll show you how I fix it, but I'm going to get rid of the layer because I'm not ready to fix it. So I'm going to go like this, and now you can see that selection that I've made of the face. Let me go to Select, Modify, Expand by about 3 pixels. Now I have it go on the other side. Now let's hit Shift F6 and let's put in about 3 pixels on the feather. Let's hide the selection, and now all I have to do is grab a tone of the face, go to a darker value, just a little bit of a darker value, probably up. Let me make the brush a little bit bigger, probably up the size, the amount that I'm flowing on there at 10, and then just use my painter ability to come in, and now look at how I can get rid of that. So look at how I'm filling that in. Look at how nicely that's going away. It did not take me long, but these are going to happen all the time where you're going to have fix-it layers on top. So this would be one of them. And look at how nicely I have blended that out. So there is how you would do a fix-it layer. But let me go back down to the shirt because this is obviously above the shirt. About the shirt. So let me click on the shirt fix layer and let me grab that same blue I was painting and let me go back to the just painting that. So let me hit deselect, and now we can see how we can start to add the painterly stuff on that collar. Now what I want to do is with everything that I have there, I would like to, for instance, this tone that's right there should be more like that blue. So what I need to do is to find that layer, which is the V key, Command D to deselect, right hand click, and it takes me right to shirt 3. Okay, I have the layer underneath, so the right color, so I just put too much on there. So all I have to do is take the B key, smaller brush, paint in black, and look at how I am actually bringing back that color from underneath. And then so many different things I just want to show you, but I'm going to pause the movie for just a second and I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Okay, I should be back now, and I'm going to hit the V key, right hand click on this shirt reference layer and move it up out of the way again, because I want to go in and I'm going to turn on the other shirt reference layer. If I can remember where I put it. I think it was right, nope, well that was kind of it. Okay, it was that one. So let me right hand click on it and move it up a little higher. So actually I'm going to Command T it and make it smaller so it fits inside her little neck area, just like this. There, that's good. Okay. Why? Because I want to Gaussian blur my other layers a little bit more, okay? And I'm going to bring back the highlight layer. So I'm going to start the shirt texture, and then I'm going to have some fixing to do, okay? I obviously realize I have quite a bit of fixing to do. But that's the beauty of what we're doing here. And I have a little boo-boo back here, but it doesn't matter. That can be taken away. So let's go to the shirt texture layer and let us make a one of the shirt dark, and let me hit Command H. And now let's get the darkest dark we can put in our brush. So let me hold the B key. It's at 10 on the flow. That's probably too much. Let me go to 8 on the flow. Make the brush bigger. Make the brush bigger. And let's go grab that neat dark that's right there, and then let's make sure it's real good dark. Now, let me zoom in. Let's see the texture that starts to happen here, and now let's come in here. Let me see where it is. Okay, it's all the way through here. You can see what's happening there. Let's now see where it is here. It's all underneath in here. So now I'm starting to get, and let me Z back because I want you to see what just happened. Let me go back. Let me zoom in. Watch what happens here. Watch how all the neat lace starts to come into the underneath. See how all of this starts to now build in that texture? So let's Z back. Not Z back. Let me hit Command H to see where it is. Let's now paint it all through here. That's actually the hair coming through there. I really don't care about that at the moment. Let's go to Shirt Texture 2 and make a selection of Shirt Texture 2. So I got to go to the bottom, which is Shirt Blue 1, because that's the one above Shirt Dark. Now let's go get that texture, which I said was about that blue right there. Now let's go down, demagnify the screen. Let's hit Command H. And now if I zoom into this, so you can see it as good as I can, let's now start to paint in that texture everywhere. And now that's starting to look pretty good. And it's definitely going to need a Gaussian blur on it. So let's go over here. Let's now see, oh, look at, let me Z back again. Look what this did. Let's come in now and see how that's bringing back all that nice little linear texture on the shirt. So let me make the brush bigger, and let's go right back on this part of the shirt right here. Okay, now I'm gonna, which I can paint more and more and more and more and more on. Now that really, look at how nice that did. I could never try to do that by hand. I'm painting by hand, but I'm using a selection to grab it from channels. So let's go to the shirt texture 3. I'm going to need another one called highlight. So let me go Command C, Command V. Let me go number 4 underscore highlight. Let me hit Command S to save the file, and then I'll continue. So now let's go paint in the lighter blue. So let's go down to the bottom. Let's grab shirt blue 2. Yes, that's the color that I want. The color that I was using was this color right about here. Let's now go down like this. Let's make sure we're on that same color. Okay, let's go down like this. Now, let me zoom in, hit Command H, and now we're going to paint the highlight on the shirt as it moves its way to the back. Whoops, I didn't mean to move it. I'm sorry, my hand missed the spacebar. So now, let me zoom into this. Let me hit Command H to make sure I still have it on, and now you can see what I'm doing here. Let me come down like this. Okay, that's got it real nice there. Let's look and see how that's looking. That's real nice in there. Now let's come through here and see what that looks like. Okay, now let's go to the highlight layer. Let's make a selection of all the highlights. Let's hit Command H. I'm on the right layer. Let's grab the right color, which I said was going to not be quite white. I'm going to go into this lighter value, but not white. So let's go in here. Now let's paint a little bit more here. Let's come in like this. Look at how now I'm going to come right up this part of the shirt right here. Boom. Now that is gorgeous. I want to hit it harder where the reference says it should be harder. Let's click here. I'm going to put a new layer above there because I want to put in Command V 5, and I'm going to say whites, not just highlights. So I'm going to go grab this tone and I'm going to paint it right through here. Now if I paint it too hard or if I put too much on, I don't care. Okay, so see how I've got that coming in like this? I'm going to have to tone that back. And let's now hit this a little harder right here. And let's hit just a little bit harder down here and across this. Look at how nicely that's got this, even the stitching is coming in. Let's come in like that. Let me hit Command H and see where I have it. Okay, I don't even have a lot going on back there. Let's see. Okay, that looks really good on the shirt. Now let's come in through here. Okay. Now I want to deselect, add a layer mask to that layer, and I want to kill it right there. So I didn't want it so harsh like this, just like that. Now, that shirt, let me turn off this layer, and now if I click this back and forth, you can see how I'm getting closer. Now I need to bring the hair in. So now you can see what I've done there. I think that's looking pretty good. It's not perfect. I missed some of the stitching in here. So what let me see if I had a selection that actually did the stitching in there. Let me see, that one doesn't. That one really doesn't, from what I can tell, it doesn't. Let's click here, that one doesn't. Let's click here, that one doesn't. So I'll try one more. I'm going to click up to the clicky copy. I'm going to isolate the neck, so I have to find my shirt only there. Let's go to color range very quickly. Whoops, sorry. Let's go to color range very quickly and let's zoom into this, and I want that color right there, right here. So I'm going to actually lower it, and now even though it doesn't look like it got it all the way through here, I think it did. So what I'm going to do is save it because I don't want to lose it. I'll say medium, shirt, medium, lights. Now let's hit Command H, turn off the clicky copy. Let's click to, might as well put in another shirt texture layer. Whoops, I put it on the wrong layer. Let me click to the last one I did, and now let's go to shirt texture, medium, lights. I don't want to start writing a book here, so let me just hit the return key. Now let me see if I can get that in here. So let's come in here like this, and let's see if that's going to affect it. Let me hit Command H. Let's see if that's going to do it. Maybe it's the dark value. Actually, I like what it just did. But you know what I'm missing? I'm missing the dark value. So let me go down to the bottom. Didn't I have one of the dark value? That was the dark value, but I maybe got it a little too dark. But let me go grab the dark blue, and let's just paint on the same layer and see if we're going to get anything in there. So let me see how I've done there. No, I don't like what I've done. So I'm going to Z back, Z it again until that's gone. And then I'm going to make one more. Hey, this is not perfect science, okay? I need to go grab this dark as it works its way through that bottom. So last time, and then I'll, not waste the time because you know what I'm doing here. So I click up to the clicky copy. I go back up to select color range. I really want to try to get this dark. So let me see if I can isolate out that dark. I might need, like I told you, it's not getting, at least identifiably, it's not getting what I want. So I'm going to make a selection of the shirt. I am going to click Command J. I'm going to hit Command L. And in Command L, let me do it again. I am going to make definitely a higher contrasted shape. Now, I want those blues right there. Do you see it? I'm going to throw away this layer in a second. So I'll make a selection of the layer. I'm going to go into color range. I'm going to grab that blue right here. Let me zoom in. Right here. And now I'm going to get it. Now that, pretty sure that got it. Now, I might have to add, throw away a couple more selections because I wasn't happy. Let me throw away the last selection that I made. So at least I know I'll have room for this selection. So let's go to shirt, medium, darks this time. Good. Now let me click on, actually I said that light, let's say this is dark. Okay. Going to hide the selection. We are going to throw away that layer that I just made because I don't need it anymore. And now I'm going to turn off the clicky copy. And now if I paint, if I paint with that dark, don't want to paint with that harsh blue that I just gathered or eyedropped. I want to paint with that blue. So now let's come in here like this and let's paint that and let's see what we get. And let me see what I'm doing here. Okay, I need to help that along. I'm getting it, but it's not getting it enough. So what I need to do is to grab this darker blue, click this off. I'm going to stay selected and deselect on that layer, and then I'm going to be done this little thingy here. Let me see where my shirt is. There's the shirt dark that I want to highlight right there. Let me hit Command H. And now I'm going to get darker with it to blend that in better. Do you see what I'm saying? So now let's go down like this, and now suddenly that's got that looking better, and now that little bit of shirt reference or shirt detail or shirt whatever is actually looking pretty good. Let me zoom in and let me hit this side of it. Let me hit Command H, and you can see how I'm getting that to work quite well right there. Let me turn this on. That's good. Now let me deselect. Let's come down like this, and let's just now run this through here. And let's see what that does here. Okay, I need like quite a bit of darkness right there. And then, what I'm doing here is going to really add to the file. So I'm going to put a new layer above that because I don't want to make a lot more mistakes or whatever. So I'm going to hit that selection which identifies that area or is that area. Let me hit Command H, and now I'm going to actually just paint on top of this, and I'm going to use my artist license to actually now improve on some of these shapes. Now, I went a little too far with that shape, so I deselect. I'm going to name that layer, but let me come back with a layer mask, and now look at how I can actually remove some of that on the layer mask. Not too much. Let me hit the X key and put back just a little bit right down the middle. There, that looks really nice. Now let's come back, and I see how I have a pretty nice shirt that looks pretty good. Let me close the shirt area. I should name that Shirt Fix 2. Save the file, and we are ready to kind of go do some more. So the next area that I want to do, if you can see what I've got, and I've got a good, I mean, this obviously has to go darker. Do you see this area right there by the neck? That can be later. I can do that darker by freehand painting on the edge of that. But I've got this really starting to look like I want. So I'll see you in the next movie. I'm going to start the hair, and I'm glad I actually did this one and concentrated on the entire shirt, because obviously, like I said, you could fast forward, okay? Before I leave, I did say that even this stuff should be Gaussian blurred just a little bit, so some of these pixelization things actually fill in. So what I should do is go back down to the shirt texture, turn them off, and turn them back on just to make sure I'm on the right one. And then I'm going to go on the first one, and let's go blur and Gaussian blur. And let me go to about 2 pixels or 3 pixels each time. And let me click. Now let me click to the next one and just keep on hitting Command F. So I'm going to zoom in so we can see if I'm either adding something good or not. So there's Command F on that. Let me click to Shirt Texture 3 and hit Command F. And now that's blurring that and getting that in just a little bit more. Let's now see the light, see the whites. You see the light values? Let's hit Command F and blur that a little bit. And now that's got a much better feel than it did a minute ago. So I hope you're enjoying this. I'll see you in the next movie.